Advanced Algebra 2. This should be Wednesday the 8th. Today we're going to wrap up our review of Chapter 8. Next week we will move on to something else. I believe it's going to be some trig work, some trig function work. Hopefully you're not having any issues posting pictures of your homework. Some of you need to get on that so you get credit for the day, okay? So today we're looking at exponential equations. And remember there are two types, and you can kind of break them down into this manner. Type 1 has bases that we can make the same. So we can turn this 8 into a 2 cubed, and we can turn this 16 into a 2 to the 4th. So that's kind of the first type of exponential equation. The second type is number 2, when we cannot do that. Okay, so we'll get to number 2 in a second. So on number 1, we do exactly what we did there. We change our 8 into 2 cubed, and now it's 2 cubed raised to the 4x minus 2. And we change our 16 into 2 to the 4th, so it's 2 to the 4th raised to the x plus 1. Hopefully you remember this stuff. Then what do we do with these exponents? We multiply them and we distribute, so we would get 12x minus 6 here for an exponent. Over here we distribute and we get 4x plus 4. And then the rule is, if the bases are the same, we can just kind of eliminate them and drop the exponents down, and our exponents have to be the same. And now we have an old school equation that we can solve by picking on a little guy. We subtract our 4x, we get 8x. We add our 6, we get 10. And we divide by 8, we get 10 over 8, which is 5/4. Okay? So the big thing is getting from that step to that step. Recognizing that you can make your bases the same. Now, number 2, a little different story. We cannot do that. We can't make a 4 and a 12 be the same base. We can make 4 2 squared, but we can't do that to make a 12 into a 2. So what do? So here we start thinking. It's kind of like you want to think like this. My variable's up in the air in an exponent. We want to get these on the ground. Well, how do we do that? Well, we know if we have a exponent, if we would happen to take a logarithm, natural log or common log, it doesn't matter, either one of them, we are allowed to take this exponent and move it out front, and you can think of that as being on the ground. Okay, so that's the strategy we're going to attack this with. We're going to say what we want to do. Let's do common log. We'll say log base 4 of 2x equals log base 12 of x minus 3. Wait a minute, Mr. C, why? I don't understand. I don't know what to do. Why you did that? Simply because I'm going to be able to take this 2x and put it out front and multiply by it. And I'm going to be able to do the same thing over here with this x minus 3. Let me use some parentheses. Okay. Then we can just simply, and you could do this with natural log ln. As long as you do ln on both sides, you're okay. Punch in the log of 4 into your calculator real quick, and I'm just going to go 2 decimal places, which would round to 0.60. Type in the log of 12 into your calculator real quick. 2 decimals is 1.08. And then I just clean up both sides. So I do 2 times 0.16 is 1.2x. Here I have to do 1.8 times x, 1.08 times x, get 1.08x. It's hard for me to say for some reason. And do 1.08 times 3 and get minus 3.24. Now again, old-fashioned problems. Yes, it's got decimals. Think like money, which is smaller, $1.20 or $1.08. $1.08 is, so I'm going to subtract this over. And I get 0.12x equals negative 3.24. Then I just simply divide by my 0.12, and we get an answer of negative 27. Okay, you have homework posted. Again, you need to post a picture of that, showing me your work. So you guys got to get busy on that. I got to know that you're doing it and you have some understanding. Okay, and post a picture. Don't type anything on the document. And what else? Try to have that for me, by the end of the day on Thursday. And the Thursday, I'm going to be in front of the computer on Hangouts if you have any questions. And also, I will be posting a updated grading, how we're going to do grading after spring break. All right, I'm going to give you some more options to get your grade even higher. basically what it's going to boil down to. So once I get that put together, I'll put that post out there. Okay? All right. Have a good day and have a good spring break.